Well, exactly. I mean, you know, if you're going to die anywhere, you'll die in Glasgow. When we first went up to play Green's Playhouse, as it was before it was the Apollo, the stage was about 15 feet up in the air, and it was like a hole in the wall almost. You know, there was this, you know, three and a half thousand people all focused on this bright hole at the other end of the building, where you were like lambs to the slaughter if you didn't cut it with that Glasgow audience. And if ever we'd be shitting ourselves on a gig, it was that one. The first time we played Green's Playhouse, Quo being Quo, went out there fully armed with the hits that we'd had up to there, fully fired up, adrenaline, went out and gave it to them, and the roof came off the place. And ever since then, you know, the band has been well, consequently the band was massive in Glasgow. You know, we were really loved, I would say, in Glasgow, and that's why we thought, well, you know, if you're going to do it anywhere, they're the loudest audience in the land, and give them the chance to show it on a live album, and boy, they did. And it's gone sort of down in history, that album now. It's one of the definitive, you know, live albums of our times, of our time.
I've got a quote here from Melody Maker from many years ago.
I used to like that.
Les Gray.
Oh, Les Gray.
It says, I mean, obviously the reason I'm using it is because we've all read all the great rock biographies and we've heard about the Naughty Nights Out and this thing. I love this quote. We're all rockers and we all partied, but if Brian Conley arrived with Keith Moon at the Speakeasy, it was usually time to make your excuses and book a cab. Ironically, we didn't all do that. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, my take on that is that I wouldn't give a fuck who arrived. You know, the more the merrier, because we were all sailing along there very nicely at the Speakeasy. I remember so nearly having a fight with Ginger Baker down there because I was talking to him, and I mean, I think he was out of it, and I was certainly out of it. And I said I was talking to him. I said, "All right, Ginge." Whether that was the right thing to call him, I don't know. But he didn't answer me. I said, "You all right?" And he didn't answer me. He just sat there. So I got fucking hung up with him, you know. Wait, bastard, talk to me. And he didn't, and I nearly ended up in bloody, you know, me, fucking hard man, you know, in my pink trousers and my moccasins and stuff, you know, with the lacquer on my hair. Oi, Ginger. But he gave me a complete blank, and I never spoke to him, and never did. But down the Speak, I mean, it was amazing. I mean, we just, you know, you sat there and you met so many people from your own business, and you know, hippies, and everyone was down there. And then, of course, there was a great live band on. The Straubs were on, and you know, people like that. And it was just mad nights out, really. And the more people that were in there, the better, I always felt. But I don't remember anybody ever being in there, to be honest with you. Only any names from the business. I don't remember anybody being in there. Only Ginger Baker this night. You know, he just wouldn't say a word to anybody. Didn't move, just sat there.